Duelists, we need to talk. I just woke up and there is an upcoming Forbidden Limited List update. Let's go. I literally just woke up, was like, I haven't logged into Master Duel in a few days after the Duelist Cup. Let's check this out. All right. New ban list, Forbidden Limited List update coming in August 31st. So like in a week and a half or so. Or no. Yeah, in like a week. All right, so we've compiled the trends and results of decks used in ranked duels, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so data, blah, blah, blah. They're going to look at the metagame, do the thing. They're also going to implement a unlimited option. Okay, all right, so this is great. So this is great for any sort of content that is trying to do legacy formats, just anyone who's going to use these cards in a fair way, right? There are some of them out there. Okay, that's cool. That's a big update. All right, cards to be forbidden. These are getting the axe. Let's see. True King. Good. Gotta go. That's a big one. IO. Gotta go. Vanity's Emptiness. Gotta go. Excellent. Okay, so 3 floodgates. I talked about all these in my like wish list video or whatever, which is already up. You can watch it. Yeah, these gotta go. If you're a floodgate and you're already at 1, you're a problem. Why? Vanities and Imperial have been banned in both the TCG and I believe the OCG for a long time. Let's get them out of Master Duel as well. Whoa. Celestial. They're hitting Celestial. Okay. Now this is something that's been talked about in the community for a little bit now. The free Pot of Greed, the draw 2 off Celestial. Since so many decks are already playing DP, it's just too easy. I like this. You can still play Dasher, but now you have to find another frankly shitty brick Destiny hero if you're gonna play DP with Fusion Destiny, Anaconda, etc. And lastly, they're hitting 75 Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. Okay, so this is for Heroic Champion Rongo Bongo Miniad of the Iliad. That just makes it easy to make him like a 5 or 6 material. I like this hit. It's kind of unassuming, I guess. I think I'd rather they just hit Rongo. Although, to be frank, I haven't seen Rongo on the ladder in like a long time. Not a lot of people are playing him, but Adventure Phantom Knights is still a powerful deck. So I would assume that they're packing Rongo still. But yeah, that's fair enough. I guess if you want to make Rongo, but you only want to make like a 2 or 3 material Rongo, or you just gotta work way harder to lock people out, I'm fine with that. That seems fine. Okay, so blah, no longer in the shops. Yep, got it. Great, cool. They can still be generated if you want for the new duel room. You just can't get them in packs. Okay, cool. Limited. Send it to 1. Cross out. Okay, cross out and not called by is interesting. But I guess if we're gonna put cross out to 1, I think called by should also be at 1. They serve functionally the same purpose. They hit slightly different things, but their sackiness and their ability to basically totally insulate your plays on turn 1 are similar. So, okay, sure, cross out to 1. That's fine. I still think we should either have triple cross out or no cross out. And I think the same thing with called by. We should either have triple called by or no called by. Pot of P. I mean, Pot of P is really freaking good, right? It's like the least detrimental. It gets you the furthest in. Yeah, it only draws 1 card as opposed to 2 off of something like Extrav, but it's just it's and especially for those like unfair decks, like the decks that don't use the extra deck, Flandries, Eldritch, all the trap decks, all the floodgate decks, right, which are already getting hit because IO's out, Vanity's Emptiness is out, which is good. Pot of P is just so free and it gets them so deep, so that's fair enough. Limit Pot of P. Cat, limiting Cat. Okay, so that's Cat is limited in the OCG, I believe, and I think it was limited in the TCG. I really should look these things up, but it doesn't matter. It's limited in one of them. Yeah, I mean, Adventure Prank Kids is the best deck, and that's their starter, right? You need 1 Prank Kid, and then you can go into Miamu, and then do the thing. So now they only have one, or they need to work a little harder. I'm fine with that. I think that's fine. Prankids is not like a really offensive deck, but it is just the most resilient and arguably the best deck right now, I'd say. So it getting hit seems fine. And then Fusion Destiny. Okay, so we got Celestial out. We're limiting Fusion Destiny, which, like I said, if we're keeping Anaconda, it's not getting banned. We need to limit Fusion Destiny. It's way too easy to just hard draw it. And now not only are you not going to be hard drawing Fusion Destiny nearly as much, but you don't have Celestial to get you that recoup on your investment. I really like those hits. I like those hits a lot. The Designator, I'm like, I guess, sure. But I like all the other 3 hits. Yeah. All right. Semi-limited. 2. Altergeist Multifaker and Salamangreat Gazelle. I think these were at 1. Yeah, those were definitely at 1. Okay, so this is cool. Yeah, this is just Konami giving us more cards to play with. Altergeist, I've literally never played Altergeist against it or with it. Like, never. So, this is cool. I mean, shout out to DZ. He's like a huge Altergeist stan. So, I guess people can play Altergeist now. That's I know it's a trap deck. I guess also because they're taking some of the floodgates out. Maybe that's better for this. But cool, yeah. I love to see people having more options for decks. And I know that Multifaker and Gazelle are like 2 of the most powerful cards in their respective decks. So I think Gazelle just came to 2 or 3 on the TCG list from, I think it was banned and then it was unlimited. Or no, it was banned, limited, and then I think now it's unlimited. So I guess OCG Master Duel is trying this out as well, which is cool. I think Salamangra's a pretty cool deck too, and that's another deck that I hardly ever see on ladder. So it'd be cool to see that kind of come out. Okay. Skill Drain to 2. Now in my video I said Skill Drain should go to 1. I don't know. Skill Drain's one of those weird floodgates, right? Because obviously there's things like Rivalry of Warlords and Goes and Match, which are, it really depends on the matchup, right? It depends how crippling they are, but I feel like Skill Drain is just like the peak offender for literally everything. So I don't love that it's semi-limited. I would rather it be limited or frankly even banned, even though I know that said like, oh, like let's give it a chance just at 1 in my other video. Skill Drain at 2 is better. It's harder for people to find it turn 1. It's harder for people to find it off their singular Pot of Prosperity or Extrav or whatever they're playing now. And yeah, this is a step in the right direction. I think it needs to go further. I think we need to go further. I think if Konami has issues with the power of the threats that they're printing, obviously you can just not print as powerful threats or as ridiculously hard to out threats. That doesn't sell cards, but we can have other ways to deal with things than floodgates, like Skill Drain, which is like 20 years old at this point. So yeah, semi-limited, that's a step in the right direction. Wasn't Tenki already semi-limited? Was that 1? I don't know what the Tenki hit is for. I thought Tenki was at 2. Maybe it's at 2 in the TCG. It was at 3. I don't think, like, I don't think Tri-Brigade's coming back. Like, it exists as a deck, but it's not gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be top tier, even with these hits. Like, Swords Soul exists. Swords Soul didn't get any hits on here. Swords Soul exists. It's gonna be like the best deck if Flu and Prankids are not. Okay, so they're hitting Tenki. Maybe this is for an upcoming release, but I'm trying to think like what. I'm not sure. Tenki hit. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I'm not really sure what that's for. But yeah, sure. Coming to 3, Night Assailant. Yeah, sure. I think this got an errata. They probably just implemented it here, where you could infinite loop, but now you can't infinite loop. But like, frankly, if you're infinite looping Night Assailants, go ahead, sure. Let's see. Yep, get the getting extra craft back when you dismantle them. Okay, so for this is gonna be for a month, and then we'll check it out. It'll reapply in a month. Okay, I like this like monthly kind of changing. Monthly, we're getting new packs. Monthly, we're getting an update to the ban list, quote unquote. Yeah, I like this. Cool. All right, well, I think we had some big constructive hits to this. I'm trying to think what is left that needs to be hit. Scythe, Halka or Auroradon, and Scythe, Halka or Auroradon. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think Scythe could get hit, banned. I think Halka or Auroradon needs to go for reasons that I talked about in my previous video. And I was going to say, frankly, like, we could, like, semi-limit or limit something in Flu. Like, if we limited the map, or if we limited, Robina or something. But now that they don't have Pot of P, I'm thinking we might be okay. And, I don't know, I could probably see them limiting something in Sword Soul. Like, if we semi-limit, if, like, we limited Moye, or limited Emergence. That's what they did in the TCG or the OCG for a bit. If we needed to hit Sword Soul. But I don't think anyone has an issue with Sword Soul. Like, even though Sword Soul is, like, one of the best decks, no one is, like, mad. They're like, oh, fuck. Summon your Moye, revealed, Longwan, fucking Chi-Shao, search, block. You know, that, like, it's like an inherently fair deck. So, anyway. New Forbidden List, hyped to play some decks. Now had some decks on the on the docket that I need to reverse engineer, but it is what it is. I think this is going to be good for the metagame overall. I think we're making meaningful steps towards the ideal metagame. So, see you guys in the next one.